Morning.
We're going live.
All right, pretty much injury-wise, no change from the other day. If you have specific questions, I'm happy to answer them, but we'll go on from there, open it up to your questions.
Sam Acho, coach, we didn't get a chance to talk to you really about him, just what you feel he's going to bring to your roster from a competition standpoint.
Yeah, he's a veteran player, seen a lot of ball, and from all the comments we've gotten from guys that know him, high character, well respected in the league, and so it's he's going to have to get caught up in a hurry here, but his veteran experience will help him.
Sean, I think I saw Mitch Morse with a non-contact jersey. Is that right? Is that the next step with him?
Yeah, he'll be out there today in pads, but working, progressing at this point. Other than that, really nothing's changed. So
he's still in the protocol?
Yep.
Coach, we have a guy like Captain coming in. Of course, he's got to catch up, but what kind of impact can he have on your locker room?
Yeah, again, another veteran player with good experience in the defensive system, and he brings an edge, and we need that within the context of good solid football. So we're happy to have him. He's got to get himself into shape, and we'll get him some reps here today and through the week.
Sean, what similarities do you see with Cam and Josh, or Josh and Cam?
Well, two different players. I mean, at different stages of their career, obviously. Hard to compare those two just because of those facts alone. But, being around Cam for a number of years, what a person, what a player. And it was good for my career, and I learned a lot, having to go against him in practice every day. And one of the best players to maybe ever play the game. So, Josh is just at the start of his career, and he's a young quarterback that's continuing to grow and learn and develop.
Ron came out and said he told his players there's fights on the practice field, they're going to be sent off. What kind of message do you send to your players in this kind of environment?
Yeah, similar. It's to come out here, and we came down here to get good work in and to grow as a football team and improve, and so that's the goal, that's the objective. And so, as Coach Rivera mentioned, those fights won't be tolerated.
Sean, how many live periods? Are there going to be any tackles?
No, it'll be just like pretty much we've done, and I'm sure the Panthers have done in camp this year. It's what we're used to with Thud, but the tempo will be up, and it'll be competitive.
Sean, your first 2 years you didn't do anything like this. Why do you think this is right for your team now to do this year?
Well, it offers a lot of benefits. Number one is going against a good team in the Panthers, and an organization and a staff that's been together for a long time, and so at this point in camp, it's guys get a little bit tired of seeing the same guy across the line of scrimmage. So it offers a change of scenery and for us, really a chance to get in front of a different system and scheme and to develop again as an overall football team.
I know there's only so much you can say about Mitch because of the concussion protocol, but are you feeling a little more optimistic as he's kind of seems to be inching a little closer to being like fully back?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like you said, Josh, he's in the protocol, but it is moving in a positive direction.
Ron obviously talked about guys not fighting at camp or anything like that, but he said he did really enjoy sending you guys the heat index every day.
Yeah. The heat's the heat. This is part of us growing as a football team, and we want to err on the side of player safety, number one. But that said, it's important that we get ourselves into shape and ready to go for the season.
Did it matter? Obviously, that you do know this organization. There's a lot of trust between you and Ron. If you're going to do something like this, it's important to you to have those kind of relationships, to have that trust.
Yeah, it is. It is. Trust is a big part of it, and a big part of us coming here. The relationships you have, and knowing how the Panthers practice, knowing how we practice, we're similar in that regard in terms of what we want to get done and how we want to get it done.
Coach, what kind of camp does Patrick DeMarco have, and how you see him, be a veteran guy and also be a presence on this team as well?
Yeah, you must be a South Carolina guy, man. Pat's veteran presence and leadership is important for us, and he's played on and played in big games before, and so that's important for us as well. And I really appreciate his work ethic and his character and his steady hand for us.
Hey, Sean, obviously it's all important, but are you particularly interested to see how your offensive line is going to fare against their defensive front? Yeah,
look, this is a good football team, not only with their front, but in all areas, right? They've been to some and played in some big games, which is where we're trying to get to, but yeah, they're pretty pretty skilled up front, and so it'll be a good test for us here.
Still mixing and matching a little bit even over the weekend, Coach. Is that just should we anticipate that to continue here through this week?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's been good for us though to establish some of the competition and also the position flexibility, and that'll benefit us in the long run.
Coach, are there any? Ron mentioned last week that he didn't play any of his starters at all last week, but he was going to play them a little bit Friday. What's your tentative plan?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, honestly, we really haven't even talked about it as a staff. I want to look at today and see how today goes and just take it one day at a time right now.
What do you think about them switching to a 3-4 and becoming a little bit of a different defense than when you were here?
Yeah, that's part of the benefit for us is we come down and we see a different defense as opposed to had they been playing the same defense that we played or that they played the last couple of years. So it's good for us. It's good for us. We're going to go against some 3-4 opponents this year, so it'll be good work for us.
Sean, obviously you saw Ron Rivera run practices a certain way for a few years here in Carolina. Are there tidbits or habits that you maybe picked up and took with you to Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is one of the areas I got my start, right? And so I picked up a lot from coming here to Wofford, from learning from a lot of the staff that they have on staff still today, and it's one of the foundations that I built my career on.
Sean, what's the feeling for you now coming back here in this role after spending so much time here?
Yeah, it's you know, last night we had the walkthrough, and you know, it's I just think of what a blessing it is to be able to come back to one of the places I started, and to be around the people, and this is a campus with, much like St. John Fisher at home, where they welcome us with open arms, and you know, it's again, it's just neat to think back to, you know, how far you know, the good Lord has brought me in my career and my family, and I'm blessed to be having not, you know, be in Buffalo, but to have also been here.
Did you see the video board of you and Brandon?
No, I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Sean,
what was your thoughts?
Well, when we landed, we got a little text. Derek sent me the text, and Brandon and I, and that's, you know, there's some good people here, and they like to have fun in their ops department. So it's all in good fun, right? So it was neat, but I'm glad it's down. I hope it's down. You can leave Brandon up there, but take me down.
Sean, there's been a lot of Bills fans we've seen come through that gate. You know, what does that say to you about Bills fans being here?
Yeah, it's awesome. We appreciate that. You know, we're worldwide, you know, and it's great to see our fans. The buses were pulling out this morning at the hotel, and I saw a car with some Buffalo bumper stickers on it, and home, and it had the state of New York in there, and those, you know, those bumper stickers. So that's great to see.
Sean, when you were in Charlotte, did you pick up on the pretty big population of Buffalo folks who had relocated?
Yeah, I mean, there's it's you know, it surprised me just from kind of the coming down from the northeast, and into Carolina, into Charlotte in particular, and the amount of people, to your point, Joe, that did relocate, and that are I don't know if you call them transplants, but a lot of New York rep down here, and that's good to see.
Sean, you watched Gerald McCoy and Bruce Irvin quite a bit, you know, when you were with the Panthers. Seeing them here now, is it a little bit surreal, and how have they matured into their careers as they became veterans? Yeah,
I mean, again, that'll be part of our challenge this next week here, but good work for us. Two veteran players that have played at a high level, and I know both of them, just from going against them, in particular Gerald just being in the division, and what a player, what a person, seems to have the leadership, and so you know, at any time you can be around or watch a player play at that level for as long as he has, it's an honor.
Sean, when you've been around Luke for a long time, I mean, what do you see with a 3-4? How does his role change? How will it benefit him at all? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think every defense is different and has its benefits. I think he'll play well in any defense. Honestly, had a chance to catch up with him a little bit yesterday in the building, and as we came over to do our talk, you know, from as far as practice organization-wise. But good to see Luke. He hasn't changed, which is great. With all the success he's had, he continues to have a humble spirit, which is awesome.
Sean, what type of things do you have to do as a coach and staff when you're preparing to make sure these 2 days are productive for you and not, you know, something else?
Yeah, I think, you know, two things. Number one is be fully informed of what's going on, where we're trying to go, and then understand the goal, right? Our goal of coming here, and that has to be and remain the same thing as we set out when we organized this practice months ago.
Sean, among the reasons Ron talked about for changing the defense, he said that folks had left here and had a pretty good read on that 4-3. Do you think that there was, the book sort of was out on that 4-3 scheme, at least from your perspective?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that remains to be seen. Every year, I know this, Joe, you've got to continue to develop and grow and follow the trends, or try and be out in front of the trends. And so we'll see. We'll see what this year holds for this defense, where we are in Buffalo, and that's really the only defense I'm really that concerned about.
Coach, what's that off-field relationship like between you and Coach Rivera, and how did that lead to this joint practice?
Yeah, we've known each other a long time, going back to our days in Philadelphia. I worked as his assistant linebacker coach when I was a quality control coach under Coach Andy Reid, and Ron's taught me a lot, both on and off the field, and I'm extremely grateful for that relationship.
Coach, what's the next step for Ray? Given he was a versatile guy coming to Clemson, what are you guys expecting from him this year?
Yeah, I think just more of what we saw on tape at Clemson, and he had his challenges. Ray did last year, like a lot of rookies, but I've just been very encouraged by his development off the field, development on the field, and usually those two are correlated. And the way he came back to us in the spring, it was clear that he had worked in a lot of areas, and so we've seen the results, albeit short term at this point, through camp.
Speaking of work, it seems like Isaiah McKenzie is starting to work his way up the depth chart there. What have you seen from him so far at camp?
Well, I think of late in particular, he's picked up where he left off last season. Right, you saw some of the production in the game the other night. So there's some good competition at that position for us, which is good for us.
Sean, you mentioned how beneficial it was getting to play against Cam every day earlier on in his career. What do you make of the way that he's maturing as a player, and especially some of the steps he's taking in North's offense for a second season?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me knowing Cam. I think like a lot of our teams in quarterbacks, we go as the quarterbacks go, and I think he's a highly talented player and tough to defend.